Hello, I'm Brian Hurd. I'm a lawyer who practices in elder law or law for older people and their families. Ask yourself this question: are you receiving care? If you are receiving care, is it good care? Not just care, but good care. Not only that, given COVID-19, is the care you're receiving compliant with the rules associated with the COVID-19? Because those rules are very important to maintain your health. Remember, the statistics are that if you're over 70, you're more likely to contract the virus and you're more likely to die as a result. So making sure your care is not only good care generally speaking, but also is compliant with COVID-19 is extremely important in your age group. So the question is, what should you do to make sure that the person providing your care is indeed complying with the rules? Well, the first thing is you need to know what those rules are. Those rules are constantly being publicised. They're constantly, in fact, changing depending on the circumstances. So you need to know what the rules are in order to know whether your carer is complying with those rules. The next issue you need to address is who's providing that care. If it's your family members providing that care, family members are not exempt from the COVID-19 regulations, the good hygiene practices, for example. They're not exempt. It applies to them as much as to anybody else. So the reality is, are your family members complying with the COVID-19 rules or not? It doesn't matter that they're family members. They have to comply for your benefit and your health. So the reality is, what if they're not? It's very hard to complain about family members. We have this anathema about wanting to complain about family because we have this conundrum that arises. They're providing the care, which is what we need, and we're not even paying for it in most cases. So we want that care to continue. But on the other hand, if that care is not good for us, how do we do something about it without jeopardising the arrangement we already have? So that conundrum can be difficult to reconcile. But in the end, you've got to say to yourself, who's the most important person here? My family member or me? And the reality is, it's you. So if the care they're providing is not compliant, the first thing to do is to raise it with them. In other words, confront them about it. It's important that you do this, child, because if you don't, you're jeopardising my health. If that doesn't work, raise it with the other members of your family. Tell them about what's happening so they can at least consider what they should do and perhaps apply some pressure to the family member to provide that appropriate care. What if it's being provided by a home carer organisation? Now, the home care organisation should have strict protocols and practices and procedures that they use to be COVID-19 compliant. You should know what they are as well. They should give you a copy of that. And if they're not, the workers they send in or the carers they send in complying with those regulations, you should raise it with them, confront them. If that doesn't help, you should contact their organisation to raise your concerns. Again, complaining is always difficult, but you've got to keep in mind that it's your welfare, it's your health, nobody else's, that's the major issue here. And if in fact raising it with the organisation doesn't work, you can raise it with the Aged Care Quality and Complaints Commission. They're there to hear your complaint and to resolve it, if need be, with any home care organisation. So the message for you is this: take control if you've got concerns, if you have concerns about your care. It's hard to do, particularly where family members are involved, but it's your care, your health and your welfare that's at stake. So it's really up to you to do something.